Hello everybody and welcome back to another Warframe video. If you don't care about the other content that I do on my Patreon, you can skip about 20-30 seconds ahead. If not, I do indeed have a Patreon, where I tell stories and there's sound effects. It's a good time, and a good way to support the channel. So, if you're interested, there will be a link to my Patreon in the description below. I also take commissions of really any type of voice work, spicy included. For that, you can DM me directly on Instagram, which there will also be a link to below. Let's get into the video. So, I had decided that, well, I'm pretty close, right? I'm pretty close to getting to MR30. Very close, in fact. I'm about to get, I'm about to get to 28. 28. Now, I'll put the math up on screen here. And, by math, I mean, you know, how far away I am from it. I am, I believe, at 1,928,000. And what you need is 2,250,000. That's exactly what you need in order to get to MR30. And that's where I'm going to stay, because there's not really a point to go any further than that, and I just wanted to. Plus, I wanted the shiny metal. As you guys already know, who've been following, my progress. So I have 46 warframes in my foundry, right? I have 46 warframes, and 46 times 6 is the number that you see on screen. I don't remember it. I did it late last night. But it is quite a large number. I think it's like 200,000, 276,000 or something like that. I don't know. But I also have 20 weapons. And each weapon gives 3,000 apiece. Which was, what, 6K or 60K? I believe it was. So, adding those numbers together with whatever I have is going to tell me, basically, if I'm going to be able to hit MR30 just with what I have in my foundry. Because I have a lot of stuff built, and I always, as I'm grinding, I'm also building. I am perusing the Warframe market for stuff that I don't have, so I'm trading, I'm building, I'm leveling, I'm buying. And I was doing that this whole time, right? And by doing this, by adding these two numbers together, we see that I'm actually over 2,250,000. By, let's see, 14K? I think it was 2,264,000. I believe it was. Yeah. So with what I have, I'll actually be able to go over what I need for MR30. So now, I don't have to deal with the hellacious annoyance that is trying to trade constantly every single day in Warframe.market. Thank goodness. Now, don't get me wrong. Warframe Market is spectacular. It is great. It's the people that ruin it, however, as is typical for everything. It's not a horrible experience at all. But when you have done as much trading as I have done, there's some very frustrating stuff. I'm not gonna get into it and make this a whole complaining video, there's no need for that. But what I will say, and this is a heavy summation of it, is that there are people who, they go there to trade. That is exactly what they're doing, that is all they're doing. They go up there, Warframe Market, they list their stuff, and they're ready to trade. With anybody and everybody. Multiple people at the same time, that they have back-to-back in a single file line. Everything is nice, it's kind of professional actually. And it's very well done. Very quick, very smooth. And, manners and all. Saying thank you, for the trade, all that good stuff, all the etiquette. And then, you have people who and I mean just, posted. They just posted their stuff that they're trying to sell. and then they AFK for hours at a time. Or do they say, yeah, give me 2 minutes, and then 45 minutes later, after you've already found somebody else to trade with, they're like, hey, you still interested? That happens so much. So much. Oh yeah, let me just finish this mission. I got like 3 minutes left. 57 minutes later, they're finally ready. Yeah, there's a lot of that. And I know, that people are doing other things, and sometimes you wait quite a while to find a trade. And, maybe you gotta make dinner, or maybe you gotta do this and all that. But really, at the end of the day, if you're gonna trade, make sure you have an open window just to be able to trade. If you're gonna trade, don't do anything else, make room for it. And that's all I'll say about it. We desperately need an auction house in this game. Jeez. But yes, I definitely am very close to it, so I'm not gonna buy any more weapons with platinum. I'll keep up my platinum farm for stuff that comes out, like platinum packs, where maybe it's another heirloom thing or whatever. And I'm always going to be platinum farming for the future, because there's always going to be new things that I'm going to want, right? But as of right now, I am absolutely going to chill out. I'm just going to level my stuff, do my mastery rank tests, but I'm not going to be hunting down weapons anymore. I'm not going to be going to ESO to, crazy grind that out. I'm not going to be going to Helena. I'm not going to be taking a part of any crazy events that might give a whole lot of XP again, like Belly of the Beast. I'm going to chill out, because now I know that I'm going to get there, and it's guaranteed with all of the stuff I currently have. I'm going to take it easy. Because I burnt myself out blasting through all of those levels. Okay, the Belly of the Beast, I burnt myself out about that. So I'm going to go back to doing what we all are supposed to do, and partaking in what video games are meant for. Fun. Because I think, like I said, I went from about 19, I think it was, all the way up to 25, 26. Something like that. And that is a lot. Okay, that is a lot of equipment. And I burned through it. Most of them weapons. Some of them warframes. So I'm very happy about that. Now, in here, I wasn't exactly certain what this Goss was doing. You probably will see or have seen that I checked my map. And I'm looking to try to see where everybody's at, so that way we can have, better enemy density and the spawns aren't getting messed up. Because even though we are good on the, what do you call it? On the life support, I was barely getting any enemies at all. And so were the other teammates. Now, there was a portion of time where they were all together, and I was just trying to scrounge any kills I could get, to contribute. To make sure that we stayed at about a 90, 100-ish life support. And I noticed they were all together, so I went ahead and try to stay with the team. But I did notice a good few times that the Goss was purposely away from everybody. Now, it's not really a big problem in this because, well, it's not Steel Path. But it is a genuine problem in Steel Path, especially a fissure mission, which I call relic missions. Because even though the enemy density is better, the drop rate for life support is worse. Because they thought that would increase the difficulty. It's just annoying, and everybody hates it. But my main point is that it was still messing up the spawns. And I don't know if it was because, he's one of those people who just wants all of his kills, or he expected everybody to follow him, and, he just doesn't want people to steal his kills or whatever, which is pretty silly, especially considering the fact that we're all going to get the same rewards. I mean, yeah, we're here to kill stuff and have fun, granted, but we can all do that together in a team without spreading the enemies out across the entirety of the map. See, look at where he's at. He's all the way over there, and me and this other guy are here. I don't even know where the third guy is at. He might even be farther away. He's not coming towards the team. not trying to stick together, not trying to do anything. And it really is annoying. Like I said, it wasn't a problem here because, we're still winning, and we're still winning easily. So it's a non-issue. But people that typically do this, even in Star Chart, almost always do it in Steel Path as well. And that's where the problem starts, because that's where you start making it a lot harder for people to get their reactant, and you chance none of you getting to open your fissure, or getting to open your relic. So, like I said, it didn't piss me off. It's just something that I noticed, and I was like, oh boy, I'm glad this is not Steel Path. Because between this and people leaving at round 1, and AFKing, and then just being rude for no reason, making up reasons to be mad at people, it's just, you get tired of seeing it. But thankfully, like I said, there were enough enemies, and the whole team was actually capable of killing what they needed to kill, which also is an issue. In regular Star Chart, I don't mind it, because, it's regular Star Chart. If noobs need help, noobs need help. No issue. No problem. It's totally fine if you're still learning. And if you're a veteran that's just trying to level stuff up because you're sick of ESO, and you want to do it in a different way while you also get prime parts, also cool. That's totally fine. If all 3 of you are leveling and you need to be carried, I got you, fam. I got you, vato. Tentacle Oxygon is here to help. But yeah, I would advise you guys, I would recommend to not do that, and to stick with your team. If it's just regular Star Chart like this, it's fine. You can mess about and do whatever. But if you are going into Steel Path, be courteous to your teammates. I mean, unless they're being, absolute douchebags to you, then by all means do whatever you want. But go in, initially, with some courtesy and some respect, and just stick with the team. Stick with the team the best you can. Even if everybody's super survivable, and everybody's got a nuke build, and everything's fine, you included, still stick with them. Because it's not always about survivability, or dealing damage. The spawns in this game can be incredibly weird, and this game is in a perpetual state of duality. That duality being that it is constantly broken, and constantly working amazingly at the same time. Duality and eternalism. Even to the IRL actual version of this game, the physical representation of this game, and in-game are both busted and working at the same time. And like I said, the spawns are fucky. So, just be courteous, stick with your team, and do your best. Please. For the whole community of Warframe. Anyway, besides that PSA, I am happy to say that I am close to MR30. Oh man. That has been one hell of a journey. So much grinding. And maybe it would have been less if I had focused on warframes as opposed to weapons, but I'm far more interested in the destructive capabilities of my weapons. Although I am still trying out new warframes, like I said. It is fun. And Grindel is interesting. Grindel is interesting. I would like to know what it is that he's saying whenever you pop his nourish. There's so much action going on that I can't hear what he says. I don't know if he's saying moo moo or what. It just sounds like he's saying moo moo. I mean, it may not even be actual words and he's just making a sound. But if you guys know what he's actually saying, if it is anything, please let me know. I'm very curious about that. I'm eager to try Nidus Prime. That's going to be fun. That's definitely going to be fun. I also got the Imperator Vandal. And I leveled that a bit and put, viral heat, which is desperately necessary on arc guns, because almost all of them are horrible. But, it was doing some work. The Imperative End was actually doing some work. If you guys want to pick it up, on the Warframe market, it's cheap. And I don't mean per part. I mean as a set. I picked mine up for 55 platinum. For the whole set. Everything. The blueprint, the parts. Easy. Now, is it the best art gun in the game? Not by a long shot. I think that's still is the Mausolon and the Kuva Grappler. Yeah. But, in addition to those two, if you like art guns and you want to make them work and you're like, yeah, give me the big guns. Big gun, big boom. Ooh, give me that Docker. Then, Father's guns. I don't know about the mandolin. I've not tested it myself, but there are loads of videos. But the Cortege? I'm not sure. And then the other one that he has, which I forgot the name of. Damn, I did forget the name of it, actually. But yeah, his two art guns. They are very good. One of them, I would call it a flamethrower, but, yeah, it's a plasma thrower. Essentially, fire plus advanced fire. And it goes very far. And the other one is a grenade launcher with a gratuitous amount of ammunition in the magazine. I definitely would try those. Those are fun. And they're useful. So if you are an art gun enjoyer, give those a shot. In addition to the Mausolon and the Kuva Grappler. Viral heat is your best friend. For those, by the way. With that, I will leave you guys to continue your day. Which I hope will be a good one. May RNG be in your favor.